Storms are temporary because God's power is permanent. Are you ready for some good news? When you shouldn't be afraid of a storm, but are, Jesus doesn't make you sweat it out. He stands up for you. If global pandemic has brought a storm into your life, be assured Christ is with you in the boat and He has authority over the tempest. In the dramatic story of the mega storm that swamped the disciples' fishing boat one evening on the Sea of Galilee, Matthew describes Jesus' rebuke of the storm with the same word that is used to describe the Lord's casting out of evil spirits. Mark describes Jesus' command with a word that means essentially hush. You ever had someone speak an authoritative word that cured your fear? When I was old enough that I shouldn't have been scared, I went to a haunted house with my older brothers. And I don't remember how old I was, but I remember thinking it'll be embarrassing if I get frightened. So I acted cool for a while, but for some reason, Frankenstein took me on as a project. He must have smelled my fear. He started following me around. He jumped out at me around corners. He hovered around me in the dark, and I just couldn't shake the monster. He got into my head. Well, my oldest brother, David, knew I was afraid. And finally, in a moment I'll appreciate forever, he simply turned to Frankenstein and said, "Hey, leave my little brother alone. Can't you see he's scared?" And just like that, old Frankie was gone, and I lived to see another day. I think Jesus calmed the storm something like that. It was as if Jesus said to the storm, "Hush. I know my disciples shouldn't be scared, but they are. So hush, leave my little followers alone." In Matthew chapter 8, before the account of the storm on the lake, the disciples saw Jesus restore a leper, heal a centurion's servant from a distance, cure Peter's mother-in-law, and deliver many who are oppressed by evil. And having seen all that, they certainly had no reason to fear a squall, but they did. And instead of leaving them in their shame, Jesus rebuked the storm. Whatever unwelcome squall this global pandemic has brought to your boat, you ought not be afraid. But if you are, Jesus won't leave you in your unfounded fear. He'll take care of the storm because He cares for you. And that's the gospel. That's today's good news. You can get more like it by clicking right here. And better yet, start out every day with good news by being sure to subscribe and tell others about it. Have a safe and wonderful day.